Today, I want to hit you straight with the truth. Your laziness is killing your dreams. Every excuse you make, every "I'll do it tomorrow," every scroll through social media instead of working on your future, it's all stealing your life from you. You think you have time, you don't. You think it's fine to rest now and hustle later. Wrong. Later doesn't exist. Later is the grave where your potential dies. Laziness is not just a habit, it is a silent killer of dreams, ambitions, and potential. It hides behind comfort, cloaks itself in excuses, and convinces you that delay is harmless. Every time you tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "I'm too tired right now," you are giving laziness power over your life. It is easy to underestimate its impact because it moves quietly, slowly, almost invisibly, but its effects are devastating. Your potential is a fire burning inside you, a power waiting to be unleashed. And laziness is the cold wind that tries to snuff it out before it ever has a chance to shine. The moment you allow yourself to settle into inactivity, you are not just pausing, you are slowly eroding the foundation of your dreams. Think about all the times you had an idea, a goal, a vision of what you wanted to achieve, but you delayed acting on it. That delay is laziness at work. It is that small voice in your head that tells you it's okay to wait, that it's okay to rest a little longer, that it's okay to procrastinate. But every second you wait, someone else is bilking, someone else is growing while you remain stagnant. Laziness does not care about your talent, your intelligence, or your potential. It does not care that you are capable of greatness. It only thrives when you allow it to dictate your actions, and it becomes stronger every time you give into it. Laziness also feeds on fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. It manipulates these emotions to keep you immobilized. When you feel nervous about starting something new, when the task seems overwhelming, that is exactly when laziness steps in to whisper, "It's okay, do it later." It's not urgent, and because humans are creatures of comfort, we often obey, not realizing that each act of postponement slowly builds a wall between us and our goals. Over time, the wall becomes so high that it feels impossible to climb. Laziness transforms what once seemed achievable into something distant and unattainable. Another way laziness kills potential is by draining motivation. Every unproductive day, every wasted hour chips away at your drive. The longer you stay inactive, the harder it becomes to fragile. It needs consistent action to grow, and laziness starves it. When you sit and do nothing, even for a short while, your mind begins to normalize inactivity. Your body and brain adapt to lower effort, and suddenly even small tasks feel overwhelming. This is why laziness is dangerous. It changes your habits, rewires your brain, and makes ambition feel like a heavy burden rather than a natural part of life. Laziness also has a subtle way of convincing you that you are already doing enough even when you are not. It tells you that planning, thinking, or dreaming is equal to action, but dreaming without execution is meaningless. You can have the most brilliant ideas, the clearest vision, and the biggest aspirations, but if laziness prevents you from acting, none of it matters. Your potential is wasted in the realm of what could have been while the world continues to move forward without you. Even more destructive is the way laziness affects self-belief. Each time you give in, you reinforce a pattern of doubt. You begin to see yourself as someone who can't follow through, someone who can't commit, someone who is not capable of achieving their goals. That belief, once planted, grows and becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Laziness doesn't just steal your time, it steals your confidence, your courage, and your ability to trust yourself. Breaking free from laziness is not about sudden bursts of energy or rare moments of inspiration. It is about consistent action, small steps, and the refusal to let excuses control you. It is about recognizing the cost of inaction and understanding that every moment wasted is a part of your potential slipping away. Laziness may feel comfortable in the short term, but it is a trap, a slow and steady force that kills ambition, delays growth, and robs you of the life you could have had. To realize your potential, you must identify laziness for what it is, a thief, and confront it directly in your daily choices, habits, and mindset. Excuses are the most dangerous form of self-deception, and they are the closest ally of laziness. Every time you say, "I don't have time, I'm too tired," or "I'll start tomorrow," you are not just avoiding work, you are lying to yourself. Excuses are not harmless. They are a disguise that makes inaction feel acceptable. They sound reasonable, they feel comforting, and they allow you to justify your lack of effort. But underneath that comfort lies a harsh truth. Excuses are the chains that keep you from reaching your full potential. They make you believe that you are doing enough when, in reality, you are sabotaging your own growth. Excuses are the mask laziness wears to make itself invisible. And if you are not careful, you will never see the truth until it is too late. Every successful person you see, every individual who has achieved greatness has faced the same challenges, the same fears, and the same obstacles that you face right now. The difference is not that they have more time, more talent, or more luck. It is that they refuse to give excuses power over their actions. Excuses are not just words, they are decisions. Every time you choose to believe an excuse, you are making a conscious choice to prioritize comfort over progress. You are choosing stagnation over growth, delay over action, and fear over courage. The mind is very persuasive, and it will always find ways to protect you from discomfort, but comfort is the enemy of achievement. Excuses are the tool it uses to keep you safe, to keep you small, and to keep you from reaching heights you are capable of. Excuses also create a dangerous illusion of control. When you tell yourself, I can't do this because I feel justified, as if circumstances are the reason for your inaction. But in reality, circumstances are never perfect for anyone. Waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the absence of obstacles is a fool's game. Life will never hand you a flawless opportunity, and anyone who waits for perfection will wait forever. Excuses give you the illusion that the problem is external when the only true obstacle is the decision to act. Once you take responsibility for your choices, once you stop blaming the world and start blaming yourself for inaction, that is when real progress begins. Excuses are also contagious in the mind. Once you allow yourself to justify one failure or one missed opportunity, the pattern begins to grow. I didn't have time yesterday, but I'll try tomorrow. I wasn't in the mood today, but next week I'll start. This cycle repeats endlessly until excuses become a habit, a part of your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who cannot follow through, someone who is always waiting for conditions to be perfect. This mindset silently erodes confidence, kills ambition, and narrows your vision of what is possible. The more excuses you tell yourself, the less you believe in your own capability. Excuses also steal your accountability. When you allow yourself to make excuses, you avoid the hard truth that your results are in your hands, blaming your environment, blaming other people, blaming circumstances. It may feel relieving in the moment, but it is crippling in the long run. Accountability is the key to growth. When you stop making excuses, you reclaim control over your actions and your outcomes. You realize that success is not about avoiding obstacles, but about taking action despite them. Excuses are the barrier that separates you from responsibility. And without responsibility, there is no progress. Finally, excuses kill opportunity. Every day presents moments where action could change your life, where effort could compound into results, where persistence could turn dreams into reality. Excuses tell you to wait, to delay, to postpone. They make you believe that inaction is safe, when in fact it is deadly. Each excuse is a lost chance, a moment you can never get back, and a decision that moves you further away from the life you want to build. Excuses are the lies you tell yourself to make comfort feel acceptable. They make inaction feel justified. They make laziness seem reasonable. But underneath every excuse lies truth that growth, success, and greatness require action, courage, and relentless commitment. Excuses are not just harmless words. They are the roadblocks standing between you and the life you were meant to live. Every time you give in to an excuse, you reinforce a pattern of delay, fear, and stagnation. And the cycle continues until it is broken by a conscious decision to act, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without it, goals remain fantasies, visions remain sketches in your mind, and potential stays trapped inside you. Many people believe that thinking, planning, or even hoping is enough to achieve success. But the truth is, brutal action is the only thing that transforms intention into results. You can have the clearest plans, the most brilliant ideas, and the strongest motivation, but if you do not act, nothing will change. Action is the engine that powers growth, the fuel that drives progress, and the force that separates those who succeed from those who fail. It is not optional. It is mandatory. The problem is that most people wait for the perfect moment to start. They believe that conditions need to be ideal, that the time needs to feel right, or that the world needs to be aligned in their favor. That moment does not exist. There will never be a moment without challenges, obstacles, or discomfort. Action requires courage, the courage to move forward even when fear tells you to stay still, the courage to risk failure, the courage to do the hard work that others avoid. Success favors those who act, not those who wait. Every delay is an opportunity lost. Every hesitation is a step backward. And every moment spent waiting is a moment where your competition is gaining ground. Taking action also means accepting imperfection. Most people fail to act because they are obsessed with doing things perfectly. They rehearse, overthink, and wait for clarity that never comes. The irony is that clarity comes from action, not before it. Action generates feedback, reveals mistakes, and uncovers solutions. The first step may be messy, the first attempt may fail, but each step forward teaches you, shapes you, and brings you closer to mastery. Waiting for perfection is an illusion. Action, even imperfect action, is the only way to move forward. Action is also a test of consistency. Motivation alone is fleeting. It comes and goes like waves. Action, on the other hand, builds momentum. The small choices you make every day compound into results that are impossible to ignore. Waking up early, working an extra hour, making a difficult phone call, sending that email, practicing relentlessly. These are actions that may feel insignificant in isolation, but over time they become the foundation of extraordinary achievement. Action transforms potential energy into kinetic energy, and kinetic energy is unstoppable. Another reason action is vital is that it creates confidence. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every obstacle you overcome reinforces your belief in your abilities. Confidence does not come from wishing or hoping. It comes from doing. Each completed task is proof that you are capable. Each small victory is evidence you can handle the bigger challenges ahead. Action breeds mastery, mastery breeds confidence, and confidence fuels even more action. It is a cycle of growth that laziness and inaction can never replicate. Action also destroys fear. Fear exists in the unknown, in the imagined consequences, in the what ifs. But when you take action, you step into reality, you confront the challenge, you face the discomfort, and you discover that the world is not as threatening as your mind imagined. Action turns uncertainty into experience, hesitation into clarity, and doubt into proof. The more you act, the less fear controls you, and the more your life expands. Action is not just about moving forward. It is about creating results that cannot be ignored. It is about turning dreams into tangible achievements. Action separates talkers from doers, dreamers from winners, and potential from reality. Without it, your goals remain words, your plans remain scribbles, and your talent remains dormant. Every successful person, every legend, every high achiever has one thing in common. They acted when others hesitated. They moved when others waited, and they worked when others made excuses. The call to act is urgent. Today is not a rehearsal. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and your potential will not wait indefinitely. Action demands discipline, courage, and focus. It demands that you step out of comfort, ignore fear, and push relentlessly toward what you want. Waiting, delaying, overthinking, or hesitating only strengthens laziness and excuses. Action breaks that cycle. It transforms intention into reality, weakness into strength, and dreams into achievements. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. Comfort feels safe, it feels easy, it feels familiar, but that is exactly why it is dangerous. When you settle into comfort, your mind, body, and habits adapt to low effort, low challenge, and low expectation. You begin to believe that minimal effort is enough, that staying in the same place is acceptable, and that avoiding discomfort is wise. But this mindset is the enemy of achievement. Real growth, real transformation, and real success all live on the other side of discomfort. To grow, you must push beyond what feels easy, normal, or convenient. You must willingly step into challenges that make you uncomfortable, stretch your abilities, and test your limits. Every time you refuse to face discomfort, every time you avoid difficulty, you delay your progress and limit your potential. Pushing beyond comfort means embracing the hard work that most people avoid. It means doing what is necessary, not what is convenient. It means staying up when you want to sleep, working when you want to rest, learning when you want to quit. Every time you choose the easy path, you reinforce mediocrity. Every time you push through resistance, every time you face fear, you strengthen yourself. Growth is not given, it is earned through relentless effort, repeated struggle, and the refusal to settle for less than you are capable of achieving. Comfort tricks you into thinking you are safe, but in reality, it is a slow trap that keeps you small while the world moves forward. Discomfort is also where you discover your limits and expand them. Most people avoid challenges because they are afraid of failure, rejection, or criticism. They stick to what they know, what feels familiar, what requires little effort. But every great achievement, every story of transformation begins with a willingness to be uncomfortable. You cannot know your strength until you are tested. You cannot develop resilience until you face adversity. You cannot reach new heights until you leave the ground that feels safe beneath your feet. Discomfort is not a punishment, it is the training ground for greatness. Comfort also breeds complacency. And complacency kills ambition. When life feels easy, it is easy to believe that you are doing enough. You tell yourself that your routine is sufficient, that your effort is acceptable, that your progress is steady. But this is often a lie your mind tells to avoid the stress of pushing harder. True growth demands challenge, and challenge often feels uncomfortable, overwhelming, or even painful at first. Those who refuse to step into discomfort remain stagnant, while those who embrace it develop skills, confidence, and strength that are impossible to achieve by staying safe. Pushing beyond comfort also means embracing rejection and failure. The people who grow the fastest are not those who avoid mistakes. They are those who take action despite the risk of failing. Every failure is feedback, every rejection is a lesson, and every setback is an opportunity to learn. When you stay comfortable, you avoid these lessons. You avoid the very experiences that build resilience, sharpen skill, and deepen understanding. Growth requires taking risks, being vulnerable, and choosing action over inaction, even when it is uncomfortable. Discomfort also strengthens your mental toughness. Life is not going to hand you easy victories, effortless wins, or simple paths. Challenges will come whether you are ready or not. By intentionally pushing beyond comfort, you train your mind to handle adversity, to endure stress, and to maintain focus under pressure. The more you stretch yourself today, the easier it becomes to face the unexpected challenges tomorrow. Mental toughness is forged in the fire of discomfort, not in the safety of ease. Finally, growth requires continuous effort. Comfort is seductive because it offers the illusion of achievement without struggle. But real progress demands consistency, persistence, and the willingness to face difficulty repeatedly. Every time you push yourself past your limits, every time you choose effort over ease, you grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. Growth is not a single moment. It is the accumulation of every uncomfortable decision, every difficult action, and every deliberate choice to do what most people avoid. Every second wasted is a moment stolen from your future. Time is the one resource you cannot earn back, replace, or reclaim once it is gone. Yet, most people treat it carelessly, squandering hours scrolling through feeds, overthinking, procrastinating, or indulging in distractions that bring no real value. Every choice to delay action, every decision to stay idle compounds over days, weeks, and years. While you sit in comfort, others are moving forward, building, learning, growing, and stacking up small wins that eventually turn into massive success. Time waits for no one, and the longer you waste it, the steeper the climb becomes. Every moment you spend in inactivity is a chance for someone else to get ahead. Competition is not just a concept in business or sports. It exists in every area of life. People are constantly moving, improving, and pushing past limits while you hesitate. When you procrastinate, when you choose excuses over effort, the gap between you and those who act widens. Your future self suffers the consequences of every wasted second, and the compounding effect of inaction grows faster than most people realize. Small choices today lead to massive outcomes tomorrow. Every hour lost is like sand slipping through your fingers, a small loss that eventually becomes monumental. Wasting time also dulls your motivation. Motivation is fragile. It grows when action is taken and diminishes when you stay idle. Every moment of delay weakens the habit of discipline, makes excuses feel more comfortable, and trains your mind to accept minimal effort as sufficient. The longer you allow inaction to dominate, the harder it becomes to start. Your brain adapts to inactivity, turning laziness into a pattern, making every future action feel heavier, more difficult, and more exhausting. The cycle of delay feeds itself, and before long, starting becomes a battle against years of accumulated comfort and hesitation. Every wasted second also erodes confidence. When you procrastinate, you know deep down that you are capable of more, but you choose not to act. This creates a disconnect between who you are and who you want to be. That gap grows larger every time you delay, and self-doubt creeps in. You start believing that achieving your goals is harder than it actually is, that success is reserved for others, and that you might not be capable of following through. Confidence is built on proof, on seeing yourself take consistent action and achieve results. Wasting time denies you that proof and weakens the trust you have in your own abilities. Wasting time also steals opportunity. Life presents countless chances that may never come again. Every day, there are moments to learn, to act, to take risks, to build, to connect, to move closer to your goals. Choosing to idle in these moments is choosing to let opportunity pass by. Some opportunities are fleeting, and hesitation can make the difference between achieving something extraordinary and living with regret. Every second you waste is a chance that someone else seizes, a door that closes quietly while you remain standing still. Time also exposes truth. You are judged not by your intentions, but by your results. Dreams alone do not matter. Ideas without execution remain invisible. Your life is measured by what you produce, what you achieve, and how consistently you act. Every hour spent idling, making excuses, or avoiding responsibility is an hour your life is slipping away without tangible progress. Productivity is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about consistent action, about moving the needle, and about turning potential into reality. Time is the arena in which this battle is fought, and every second counts. Finally, wasting time amplifies regret. When you look back years from now and see all the moments you could have acted but didn't, the weight of those lost opportunities can be crushing. Regret is heavier than effort, pain, or discomfort because it is permanent, unchangeable, and entirely preventable. Every second you waste now is building the foundation for regret later. The truth is simple, life is finite. And the seconds you spend choosing inactivity are moments your future self will never forgive. Killing laziness, destroying excuses, and rising to claim your future is not a single act. It is a lifestyle, a daily decision, and a mindset that must be cultivated relentlessly. Laziness whispers to you every day, convincing you to stay in your comfort zone, to delay action, and to accept mediocrity. Excuses feed on that whisper, giving your mind reasons to justify inaction and comfort. If you allow these forces to dominate, your potential will remain locked away, your dreams will stagnate, and your life will drift quietly into the ordinary. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who settle lies in the ability to confront these internal enemies head on and refuse to give them power. To rise, you must make the deliberate choice every single day to act, to push, to fight, and to refuse to be defined by laziness or excuses. Rising to claim your future begins with awareness. Most people live on autopilot, moving through life without recognizing how often they allow laziness to dictate their choices. They wake up, follow routines, scroll, consume, and then wonder why their goals feel distant or impossible. Awareness means identifying the moments when you are tempted to delay, to rest unnecessarily, or to rationalize inaction. It means recognizing the excuses your mind creates and understanding that each one is a lie meant to keep you small. Awareness is the first step in taking control because you cannot fight an enemy you do not see. Once you become conscious of your patterns, you gain the power to break them. Next comes action, the decisive, unflinching, non-negotiable kind of action that refuses to be delayed. Action is the antidote to laziness, the weapon against excuses, and the only path to transformation. Small actions repeated consistently are more powerful than bursts of effort followed by inaction. Rising means showing up every day, doing the work that most people avoid, and proving to yourself that your commitments matter more than your comfort. It is not about waiting for motivation. It is about creating momentum through movement. Every step forward, no matter how small, chips away at laziness and strengthens the habit of progress. Rising also requires discipline, the ability to push through resistance, discomfort, and fatigue even when you do not feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you moving when excuses try to convince you to stop. It is the muscle that strengthens over time, allowing you to maintain consistency even when obstacles appear. Every time you honor your commitments, every time you choose effort over ease, you reinforce the mental toughness that makes success inevitable. Laziness cannot survive in the presence of relentless discipline because discipline transforms intention into action and action into results. Another essential part of rising is accountability. You must hold yourself responsible for your actions or lack thereof, and stop blaming circumstances, other people, or your environment for your results. Excuses are seductive because they shift responsibility away from you, but true power comes from taking full ownership of your life. When you hold yourself accountable, you reclaim control over your future. You begin to understand that your results are not determined by luck or chance, but by the choices you make, the effort you put in, and your willingness to act despite fear, discomfort, or fatigue. Rising also requires courage, the courage to face your fears, confront challenges, and step into the unknown. Laziness thrives in fear because fear immobilizes you. Excuses give fear a voice and disguise it as reason. Courage is the antidote. It allows you to take risks, make mistakes, and push beyond what feels safe. Every act of courage chips away at the power of laziness and strengthens your confidence, resilience, and ability to overcome obstacles. Courage transforms hesitation into momentum, doubt into clarity, and potential into achievement. Finally, rising to claim your future is about vision and purpose. You must know what you are fighting for, what drives you, and what you refuse to settle for. Without a clear vision, action can feel meaningless, discipline can falter, and courage can wane. Vision gives direction to your efforts, fuels your persistence, and makes every moment of discomfort worth enduring. When you combine vision with relentless action, discipline, accountability, and courage, Laziness and excuses have no place in your life. You move forward with unstoppable momentum, building a life that reflects your highest potential, your deepest ambitions, and your unyielding commitment to yourself. The truth is simple. Your future will never be shaped by comfort, by excuses, or by delay. Every moment you waste, every excuse you make, every second you choose inactivity over action takes you further from the life you were meant to live. But the power to change is in your hands. You can rise, fight, and destroy the chains of laziness that hold you back. You can replace excuses with action, fear with courage, and hesitation with relentless momentum. The path won't be easy. Nothing worth achieving ever is, but every step forward, every choice to push past discomfort, every moment you commit to growth brings you closer to your true potential. Now is the time to stop waiting, stop delaying, and stop letting life pass you by. Kill the laziness, crush the excuses, and take full control of your destiny. Your dreams are not waiting forever, but your power to achieve them is alive right now. The life you've imagined, the person you've always wanted to become, and the success you are capable of are all within reach, but only if you act. It starts with one decision, one moment of discipline, one step forward, and then another. Commit to showing up for yourself every single day, because the only way to honor your potential is to rise, fight, and claim it.